morning and we just left Kyoto station, so we'll only be reaching Takayama in another 4 hours at 12 p.m. So right now it's snowing pretty heavily here on the outside, but there's no snow that settles to the ground. But that would be the case once we reach Takayama. So watch as we transition from what we mainly, I'll say, autumn town with no snow to a winter wonderland in a matter of 4 hours. This train also comes equipped with free Wi-Fi, and you also have power outlets located in the armrests that you can charge. And the issue is that because of all the heavy snow, here may seem pretty light, but as we go towards Takayama, the snow will get heavier. You'll see more snow settling on the ground. It resulted in some trains getting cancelled, but luckily this train service towards Takayama wasn't, so we're lucky for that. Just half an hour ago, we just departed Kyoto, and look at the snow outside right now. It's very heavy outside.
As we enter the Takayama Basin, you will see the magnificent scenery of the Northern Alps. We will be providing commentary on various great scenic spots along the way, so sit back and enjoy your trip on the Takayama line.
It's -4 degrees and snowing. I was just up in the Arctic Circle 2 weeks ago, and now I'm back in another winter place. It was a pretty good 3.5-hour train journey. So now we'll be going for lunch, or probably getting lunch before heading to our Ryokan. Alright, so this is the outside of Takayama station, as you can see. So now we're just waiting for the Ryokan to come and pick us up from the station. They'll be driving us over. You can just see how snowy it is behind me. I'm not sure if my voice would sound different on the camera, as I just caught a flu bug which I'm recovering from. Luckily it's nothing serious, I'm still fine. Yeah, and the cold does exacerbate some of it, but I've been recovering over the past few days in Kyoto, and now I'm fine. Just a little bit of it left. Yeah, so I'll just show you the way to the onsen, the Ryokan, and I'll give you a Ryokan tour in a bit. So this is the lobby. They asked us to sit here. They took care of our luggages and they really look after us very well. It's a very nice place, and we were actually served by hotel staff who are actually not Japanese. They are Nepalese and Sri Lankan, which is pretty interesting to be seeing working and being able to speak such fluent Japanese in such a place. Yeah, so they said the room is not ready, but will only be ready in about half an hour's time. So we're just taking a walk around the area before we head, before I give you the room tour. So it's a steep walk down this way to head towards the main city, which they said was a 3-minute walk down this slope area, and it is actually on the Ryokan is on the side of a mountain. So if you were to walk all the way up, you would actually end up at the mountains, in the mountains, which is this pathway over here that goes all the way up this way. So just now, in the car we did see quite a number of scenic spots to take pictures around, so we're going to find those places to take some pictures as we have about half an hour before the room is ready. A lot of these buildings have been preserved for hundreds of years since the Edo era. The good thing about Takayama is that since it is relatively far by train, it is convenient to reach, but it isn't exactly the nearest to many places. It is not as touristy as areas like, obviously Tokyo, Kyoto or Osaka. Of course there are tourists, but it's not as much as it was in those areas. So now on the bridge, and this is how the view looks like. So Takayama was actually controlled by the Tokugawa shogunate during the Edo period. So much like the town I brought you to in Nikko, in the Tochigi prefecture, it was controlled under the same government at that point in time during the Edo period. And in the post-Meiji restoration, this entire prefecture was created, Gifu prefecture, and then you have Takayama that was established in the 17th century. So let me just show you the other side of the river. So this river actually connects the Pacific Ocean, I believe the Pacific Ocean, or waters from the other side of Japan on the eastern side to the western side, which is the Sea of Japan. So it is a pretty long river that stretches all the way from Nagoya through the areas of the train that you saw earlier on, passing Takayama all the way towards the Toyama area, and that's where it meets with the Sea of Japan, which is the area that, as you can see on the map right here, that borders South Korea, North Korea, and parts of Vladivostok and Russia to the north. I'm going to show you these alleys over here briefly. One more thing before the room tour, I just want to show you this street over here. All these very old rustic houses. They're all made out of wood. Most buildings in this very little town. Just walking back, we stumbled upon this bridge over here. This is a quieter area of the town. We don't see any tourists at all. But just look at this. You have a torii gate in front. This is a temple, but it's currently closed. And it's in a very quiet and quaint neighborhood over here. Alright, so now we're heading back to the hotel, then I'll give you the room tour. Yep, and we're made it back here, so now we're gonna head up to our room and I'll just give you the tour. Thank you. Wow. So here you have two beds on the left and the right, and you have a very traditional room here with a futon flooring right there, with a sofa, TV, and they brought everything to the room for us. So everything was accounted for, and they just simply helped us bring our luggages and even helped us with our shoes. Here you have a massage chair. You have two sinks over here, and then you have your fridge and your pantry area. Yes, they were all really helpful in helping us with our luggages. Everything was just taken care of. That's what I can say for this hotel, because it's a traditional style ryokan, so everything is really done for you. So let me just show you. This is the private onsen. It is just you and the entire town of Takayama. They'll probably lift this thing up later on, and then they'll show that you can start using it afterwards. I'll start using it afterwards. Yeah, we have a very beautiful balcony here that overlooks the entire town. I can even build a snowman here with the amount of snow over here. It's such a crazy place. I mean, for the pricing, it feels like it's out of a movie. It really feels like I'm in a movie here, standing in my own balcony, facing everything. Unfortunately, this is only us. We're only here for 2 nights. As on the second night we are moving towards the train station to catch a bus the next day, so we won't be staying here for too long, but let's make the most of our one night stay over here. So right now I'm just gonna chill in the room, and afterwards I'll just show you the dinner place. I'll just take you around for dinner. We have dinner in the hotel, so it's all catered by them. They have a special menu, a few courses. I'm not sure how many courses of a meal. So I will showcasing you that later on. Then afterwards I'll end the video, and then I'll continue tomorrow morning. So that'll be how it will be for now. Alright, so now it's pretty late. It's around 7 PM as we booked, and now I'm going to be heading for dinner. Just watch this, how it's snowing right here by the onsen. It's just really peaceful. And over here you can see the whole town. It's all pretty dark. So anyway, let's head for dinner and I'll show you. It's a 6 or 7 course meal. Yeah, so let me just take you there. Yeah, so this is the way to the restaurant area.
So this is your table. Take a seat, please.
Okay, thank you.
So like here, the marinated spinach with tofu. Likewise, like this is the chicken loaf. Okay, so you can enjoy likewise. Okay. So later I will serve you meat and vegetable to grill, and also some rice here, special rice for you, and later I will light up it.
So over here, this is the menu for the day. So this is an umeshu plum wine that they actually served over here as an appetizer. Afterwards you have your appetizer, which they did serve here already. Afterwards you come around with each course, Ryokan style. So I'll just take you through as we go down the list. So here we have the next course, which is like a soup of fish cake. So the thing in the middle is a mushroom. It looks a bit hideous, a bit funny, but it's a mushroom. It's a fish cake with wasabi as well, with citrus yuzu, so some lemon zest, yuzu zest over there. All prepared very elegantly. Thank you. So onto the next dish, you have sashimi. So you have what they call a red rice prawn, scalloped tuna, real fish, seared Spanish mackerel, this piece over here, and then you have your soy sauce and all that. Yeah. Wow, I really love the presentation of all the food items over here. And now we have the next dish, which is like they say it's a starchy kind of sauce with fish cake with a tau fish. I'll show you what the tau fish looks like on the screen right here. So you see, they managed to turn it into like a fish cake, and with this very light broth. So on to the next portion, because we don't eat beef, but their beef here, the Hida beef, is actually a local specialty. It's A5 Wagyu. So as a replacement, they serve this chicken. So it's served somewhat like a yakiniku style, except that for the beef they will use that grill, but in this case they give us like a hot plate. We just put the chicken on it. Afterwards you can use these 3 dipping sauces like a yakiniku dish, where they said this is like a wine sauce, salt, and don't remember what this was. Yeah. So yeah, that's the next dish. Afterwards they're having a soupy dish, and then afterwards they have a grilled fish. So quite a number of things, and it's definitely a really nice experience. So as the chicken is grilling, we have a pot here with rice and oysters. They said not to lift up the lid for another half an hour from the time they lit the fire out down here. So it's about, I think, about roughly 15 minutes more that we can open this and I can show you what's inside. And before this is ready, they actually serve the next dish, which is yellowtail. So it's a yellowtail fish that seems to be simmered in like a soy sauce, and they have it with ginger as well. So on to the next dish, you have a crab chawanmushi. Oh, this is actually pretty heavy. It's like a ceramic covering. Okay, so now the very last dish, which will be the miso soup and the pickles, and not forgetting this right here, the rice and oyster dish. So you have 2 oysters and the rice. You can mix it around, and then this is meant to be eaten with the pickles right here. And on to the very final course, the dessert course. Yeah, so you can see there's a lot of things here. Fruit, ice cream, there's yuzu, mochi, and like a konnyaku jelly. Alright, so I'm back in my hotel room, and that was a really spectacular meal. 11-course meal featuring so many things all from around the area. Everything's so fresh. Now, so that's it for today. Tomorrow will be relatively eventful as we will be visiting Shirakawago, which would be the highlight of this video, being a UNESCO World Heritage Site, which is around half an hour away from bus. But that also marks the end of our stay here as we will be moving to a different hotel. So I shall see you tomorrow where there'll be more things to look forward to as well. So good morning from my hotel here in Takayama. Look at the view of all the houses down here. It's still snowing since last night, as you can see on the camera, but it's very faint now. It has slowed down to a trickle. But last night it snowed pretty heavily, and now everything is even more snowier. On the railing you see so much snow as well compared to last night. So anyway, now I'm going to bring you for breakfast. So breakfast is served in the same style as it was last night for dinner. So let's see how it will turn out. Breakfast is also at the same place as it was yesterday. So as always, every meal you always get rice and miso soup, and you have quite a number of drinks: water, tea, and juice. This is like an udon soup, and this is miso actually, like a miso soup, but so they say that you have to grill it, and then afterwards you can mix it and eat it on top of the rice, as it's naturally salty and would complement the rice. And then you have a salad over here, and they also have an arrangement over here, as you can see, that matches this. Alright, now it's time to say bye to this beautiful onsen place, and now we'll be heading to another hotel closer to the train station, afterwards Shirakawago. So I'll just jump straight to the bus to Shirakawago. Alright, so we're waiting here at the Nori bus center, which is right next to the train station in front there, to catch the bus to Shirakawago, which you can book online and reserve your seats on the bus online. That is Shirakawago down there, so that's where we'll be heading. So now we've just arrived in Shirakawago, which is a World Heritage Area by UNESCO. So there are some, I'll say, row of houses made of wood that people come here to see, so that's what we're trying to find around here. Here, look at the icicles that have formed overnight. The temperature now is about 1 degree, so it's pretty mild. And that's why the snow, everything is melting over here. It's like a sludge. So this place is away from the main street, which is why you don't see so many tourists walking around here. So it offers a bit of an escape away from the main crowded areas that we'll be heading back into later on. So Shirakawago is actually known for these houses, which is why people come here and specifically find all these houses and just get pictures with them. This area remains to be a relatively old and very well preserved area, dating back all the way to the 13th century, during the Tendai sect of Buddhist Japan. So they said defeated warriors used to flee to more remote areas, such as here, which is this town that's just nestled in all around. You see, nestled in between all these rugged mountains. So this is like the valley of all these mountains, and you just have this town that lies in the center of it. Coming here, we actually went through quite a number of tunnels to get here. All these tunnels were drilled through all these mountains, which just goes to show how hard it is to get here back in the day when there weren't all these roads and infrastructure to access this place. So it's just a bit slippery to walk on, but yeah. I always love to see shrines in the snow. So there's a lot of snow falling from the trees, and it's very slippery. People are trying to maneuver, and the snow is really deep, as you can see. But let me just talk a bit about this place. So anyway, so Shirakawago is located in a World Heritage Site, and it's in the basin area of the Hida province, which is in the same province as Takayama. So this is actually a Shinto shrine, coming from the Shinto. Oh wow, look at that. for the Shinto sect of Buddhism. Shinto Buddhism, Japanese origin. And this shrine was once the guardian deity of a total of 41 villages around the area. And there is a festival that is celebrated here every October. So this place has said to be founded in the 6th century, in 708 to 714. And yeah, you can imagine how old that is. It's more than 1,000 years old of history. 1,000 years of history. And that is the reason why this place has been designated as a natural monument, a national monument as well. Okay, so we made it down safely, and people seem to come here in the morning. So I think coming here in the early afternoon and spending the entire afternoon here is a better option, as people try to come here in the morning and then leave by the afternoon, right after lunch. So as you walk further, the tourists disappear. So it's better to walk further and get some good pictures of the fields like this. And the snow walls are pretty high. They are probably around at one point. They're actually around my height, or even slightly taller than me, so around probably 1.8 meters. You can just see how vast this place is. Just be careful with the cars coming in. This is another landmark. They call it the Three Houses, but I guess you can't enter it currently. You can also go up on the side here to go and get a good picture of everything. What? Oops. Okay, well, to grip the side. So over here you can see how tall the ice walls are, and you can see the surroundings. It's almost magical how they even formed and appear like that. Okay, before we head back for lunch to the area, just show how deep the snow is. It's like crazy hard to walk through here. Oh, it's like knee deep literally. Oh. So I found this soba noodle shop on Google Maps. Not many restaurants open till this time. Now it's around 2 PM. So trying to see if we get a seat and have a nice lunch before heading back to Takayama. This is the interior of the soba restaurant. We got a last table. It's very small. It's a very homely place. It's just one guy that's managing everything. The cleaning the tables. It's the waiter, the waitress, and the cashier, and the chef at the same time. Alright, so the food has arrived, and I got a tempura soba. Very simple, but it's very comforting, and it's always readily available almost anywhere in any town that I've come across so far. So after the meal, now we're heading to this suspension bridge. We got some good photos, but it's very slippery, so just definitely do be careful. It's very slippery, so just gonna walk very slowly. Wow, this is pretty insane, the view. So this is the right side. You can see a lot of snow on the ground right there. Yeah, I'm gonna walk back, and I'll bring you to an observation deck where you can see the whole entire town. The World Cup is pretty slippery, as you have a lot of ice forming on the ground here. And this is already the view nearing the top. And this is the result from climbing all the way to the bottom, from the bottom to the top. It's more like a hike than a walk. It's pretty steep and slippery, so just have to be careful, but I think the view is worth it for this. It's pretty crowded, as you can see. So if you go up from here, it's a pretty steep slope. The stairs have been completely covered in snow, as you can see, so it's a bit hard to go down. It's best to just slide down to climb up. So you do have, I think, an establishment like a restaurant up there. So the climb isn't that low. It's around 200 meters, I believe. And once you get to the top, you have that very good view of the whole town down here. Alright, with that, we'll be climbing back down. So I shall see you back in the town. Probably hit the cafe, and then afterwards end our day by heading back to Takayama. So I shall see you back down in the town. Okay, we managed to just slide down the mountain, so we got down in 9 minutes, faster than climbing up. And we just encountered this view at the corner over here. You can see how thick the snow is, and it adds to this atmosphere like a thick cloud of cream. And above you have all the houses with more foam and cream. So it's quite unreal with the water in the background as well. Okay, so now we are going to take the bus, board the bus back very soon. So I'll see you on the bus. So with that, I shall end part 3 of this series with this voiceover. Alright, so I hope you've really enjoyed this video. After experiencing the entire trip, which did have some unexpected turns at the end, which you'll see later in the series, I really felt that these 3 days in Takayama were really the highlights of the entire trip, as it was just really peaceful, and I really loved the nature and the mountains all around Shirakawago. So yeah, I really enjoyed Shirakawago. It's good to do a day trip there, as there aren't that many hotels in the area, and also not that many establishments. And also, like I said, not easy to get to, as the buses do not operate too frequently as well. Which is why it's best to stay in Takayama and then head over there for a day trip. And around Takayama, there's so many things to do. You can even hike mountains. There's so many other things that I did not cover that you could actually do if you had spent a longer period of time there. Well, with that concludes part 3 of this trip to Japan and South Korea. So do stay tuned for part 4, which will be on a cruise to Busan, and I shall see you then.